Reloaded defended the tag team titles against the fraternity. PB Smooth, Colby Red made their presence known. Obviously upset that they were not in tag team title contention, and things only escalated from there in Royal Valley as well. There's been some very, very deep-rooted, serious issues between these teams, and you gotta believe whoever wins is gonna be right in hot pursuit of the fraternity once again.
I was saying this all... The problems between these two teams started at that frat house rules, that frat house brawl, and that being a no DQ match, it started violent and it never simmered down.
Yeah.
So here we are at a TLC match, and hopefully this will answer some questions between the two.
Keep in mind, I may have misspoke, Jay Worth, because I said winner of this matchup. I don't know if there's going to be survivors of this matchup. Let's say one team does win and get a tag title shot next month, hypothetically. What condition will they be in?
Well, only time will tell here. Let's not forget, these are 4 very big individuals. They can cause damage just without the weapons.
Now let's keep in mind, as Duke Davis showcases his powerful frame, and going to use a springboard for Ganon. Look at that. I've never seen that before from Locked and Loaded.
They're pulling out some new tricks.
Now keep in mind, Jay Worth, this is not a climbing contest. It's not about retrieving something, to the best of my knowledge. There are no tag team titles at stake, but in this matchup, tables, ladders, and chairs specifically are legal and encouraged, and of course have been placed out here for the usage of these athletes.
I was going to say, we've had the ladders and chairs. Here comes the table.
Who would you give an advantage to in this environment off the top of your head, if any of these teams?
I mean, if I had to pick, I would have to go with Locked and Loaded are slightly larger. Slightly. Because Colby Red at, what, 6'2", is the shortest man in the ring at the moment?
Yeah, touche. Ladder bridge here, and PB Smooth with that huge boot. I'm not even going to guesstimate how big that boot is. Just took both 6'5" athletes down in one fell swoop. Ladder help, of course. Ooh.
Yeah, and the 7-foot Savage helped it a bit.
Do you think the upper echelon wants it a little bit more because they have not tasted tag team championship, or do Locked and Loaded want it more because they know what it's like to be on top, or is it a wash?
I would say... sorry, I was distracted by him removing a table from the
There's
ring.
a lot of distractions out here, trust me.
It has been a distracting evening. Gilbert won a title.
He did.
Anyway, I would say once you've tasted it, you want it all the more once it's taken away. So I would have to give the advantage to the team that's already had the title in their grasp.
Well, we'll see.
Sorry, the table that was thrown out is now being set up again by Duke.
Well, when you talk about natural athletes, I think Ganon and Duke are going to be at the top of pretty much anybody's list here in IWC Wrestling. Oof. Hard form exchange. PB may be the only guy in Ganon Jones Jr.'s career that he's had to look up at.
Yeah. Good Lord, he's a big fella.
Low bridge, Ganon to the floor, look out. Ganon narrowly missing, crashing through that table. That could have taken him out of this matchup for good.
And Colby Red just went to the eyes.
Oh, look at Colby.
Oh, look out.
Dude, jeez.
And a running boot assisted powerbomb through a table.
Ganon was going to just absolutely crash through that table even without the assist of Colby Red. But Red just made that landing that much more awkward and out of control. If the American Dream, the late Dusty Rhodes, were here, IWC alumni in his own right, he'd be talking about all the plunder we're going to have out here before the end of the night. 2 count only. I mean, we're going to break wooden tables. We're going to break solid steel. And it's going to put these 4 bodies to the test. 4 of the most well-conditioned guys up and down this roster. What is it going to take to keep one of these men down, let alone both of them? Because there's no tags. You got to isolate both adversaries.
I don't have a good answer. This is a match where you don't really have a strategy. You just have to be able to react when the opportunities present themselves.
Oh! That modified leg lariat, whatever you call it, PB calling out Duke's name for insult. 2 count only that time.
And so Duke taking that leg drop onto the chairs. Ganon Jones through the table. Oh!
We are really measuring the mettle of PB Smooth and Colby Red here. Arguably, I would say inarguably, the biggest matchup of their IWC careers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And it sounded like, there we go, there's a second table being set up. I thought I heard it, but I couldn't see it.
Well, somebody's going to feel it, and that's going to be worse than all of the above. What a night it has been at Reloaded, the most unpredictable Reloaded we have ever seen by far, and so much more still to come.
Were I the cameramen at the ring who are capturing all of this for our friends at Sorgatron Media,
IndyWrestling.us.
Amen. I'd say I'd be going for a lot of long shots. I wouldn't want to get too close up into that.
Yeah. I'd have bolted from the ring the second I saw the Cogers and not gone back. We do sound good on MP4, though.
Good. You think that sounds good? Wait till you hear me on MP5.
Oh, God! Well, that sound was anything but good. A sickening crack as Colby Red hit table and guardrail, and that may be the last thing he hits in this match.
I don't think the table broke.
I think it buckled, and Colby's body absorbed the impact.
I think it got knocked over to the side. I'm not sure.
Well, either way, again, Sorg and Company, Sorgatron Media, Sidekick Media, they're bringing you into the action. And right now the story is, though, that it's looking to be 2-on-1 for the time being with the 7-foot Savage, Pretty Boy Smooth, isolated from his tag team partner by force. Oh, and Locked and Loaded called that quite simply the Stomp. It doesn't need a fancy name because it does its damage, and that could be it here. 2 count. Oh, no, 2 count only. And that's about as close as you can get, Jay Worth. The hand came down. Referee Bobby Williams couldn't stop his hand in time, but noticed the shoulder come up.
That was 2 15/16.
The fans will argue it. Locked and Loaded will argue it because they heard that third hand hit. But it was the right call by the veteran referee. What do you think the fraternity are thinking right now watching this matchup in the locker room?
Thank God it's not us.
But it might be in the future. Look at Ganon Jones Jr. This guy's about 265 pounds. Moonsault! No! PB out of the way. Ganon's upper body hit ladder. Colby Red tries to get back in. He's heavily favoring his shoulder, and Duke cuts him off at the pass.
You know, choking down Ganon Jones Jr.
What's he have?
I think it was a T-shirt. Looked like a T-shirt.
Whatever it is, it's an implement of destruction at this point.
Duke with the big boot on Colby Red outside the ring.
Oh. And Smooth, even though he is the largest man in this matchup, you can't underestimate how quick on his feet he is.
He moves like a man who's only 6'6" as opposed to 7 foot.
Well, when everybody in this matchup moves that well and they're about 6'6" or up, I can't argue with it. PB Smooth not making friends at ringside.
He's right. Their mom does like professional wrestling. Their mom does do.
Great point. Couldn't have done it without you. But no laughing matter in the ring because Duke Davis is getting measured.
Hugh Morris is here?
Well, put the corner on hold because Duke Davis hadn't flatlined yet.
There's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing.
Both men are looking for leverage and Ganon with a boost. Oh no. Double choke slam. Through the chairs. And those chairs did not budge. It is PB Smooth's spine and his anatomy, much like Colby on the outside with the table. The spine absorbs all the impact.
I don't know, that tan chair that he just moved looks like it was designed by Dolly at this point.
Yeah, it's some abstract art and a heartbeat. And that was all created by the anatomy of PB Smooth, who is now sandwiched between the ladder rungs. Oh, good grief! Talk about impact. A second time. Just imagine just all of the steel edges of that ladder digging into the side of the body of Smooth. Ooh. And Ganon's got what looks like an even bigger ladder.
Yeah, don't worry, more ladders.
Oh. We may end up with more weapons than we have bodies here. We may run out of those.
And you can hear,
oh, good grief.
You can hear the moans of pain coming out of PB Smooth every time that chair connects with that ladder.
PB Smooth's not moving. And you can see that chair's busted beyond recognition. And again, like 3 out of 4 of these guys are 270 and above, 265 and above, and the quote-unquote smaller guy is still, 6'3", 240. So these weapons are taking a beating, to say the least. And they're giving out before these anatomies are, at least on the surface, but can you imagine how all 4 men, how much pain is racked within their bodies at this point?
Well, I don't think you need to imagine. You can take a look at each of them and get a pretty good judgment.
They could maybe pin PB now.
Pin him. They could probably throw him in a trunk and drive off with him.
And I can't believe Colby's on his feet. Locked and loaded have whoa. Elevating Duke with that ladder bridge behind him. Oh. And elbow from Colby Red. Oh, no. Drop kick, Colby in the ladder.
What's left of upper echelon?
Duke the cover! Got him! That was insane!